Welcome everyone, it's lovely to have you join us today. So what we'll be doing is talking about different types of transitions. So you might be considering a transition to a school that offers an international curriculum. Maybe you're considering sending your child abroad, or maybe you're even thinking ahead, depending on what grade your child is in, for university. So these are the different types of transitions that we'll talk about. And I will talk about what that looks like at Stamford and what type of support that we offer for families. So first, just a little bit about Stamford. We are a through-trained school. And with that, we offer education from pre-primary to grade 12. And once students join the school, they stay in the school. So we don't have an assessment, for example, from elementary to secondary school. Once students are with us, they're with us. We offer an international curriculum, and we develop an international mindset. Now, we offer something quite special, and it's a balance of a more traditional approach and a more progressive approach. So it's traditional in that we offer American standards and benchmarks, and this ensures that we know what we're teaching at each grade level, so students are ready for university. But it's progressive in that we teach through an inquiry-based approach. Something very important to our community are our school values. And our parents, our faculty and staff and students were involved in identifying these values. And these values not only guide our teaching and learning, but also how we support students in the transitions, especially as we look to be compassionate for our students and also help them to be courageous in their changes. So who are we? Here's me without the mask on, and this is our leadership team. And we are all here to support families in the transitions, and also our leadership team works quite closely with students as well. So there's different types of transitions, lots of transitions, but these are the three types that we'll focus on today. So moving to a school with an international curriculum, moving abroad for high school years, and then also transitioning after graduation to universities. So first, we will look at transitioning from a local school to a school that offers an international curriculum. And so why is Stamford unique? As I mentioned before, it's that balance of having both a traditional approach and a progressive approach. It's that balance of having standards and then the inquiry-based approach, which really promotes exploration and learning through really engaging real-world projects. And so why do we offer this balance? Well, first of all, you may know we have a sister school in Singapore, Stamford, Singapore, and this balance worked quite well there. And so we thought, let's try this balance here in Hong Kong, and it's also working out very well here. So we realized that this balance prepares students quite well for universities. It encourages student engagement and interest. And then it also, again, provides opportunities for students to learn in real-life contexts. And why do we know it works? Well, we also have data to show this works. And we do look at our student growth data, and one assessment that we give is called the MAP assessment, Measures of Academic Progress. And statistically, worldwide, approximately 50% of students meet or exceed growth targets. Now, at Stamford, 65% of students, on average, the past 3 years, have exceeded their growth targets, which is well above the world average. So where does this lead? Students can go anywhere. The curriculum that we offer prepares students around the world. Now, another transition that students may experience is moving from a local school to a school that offers an international curriculum. Now, every child is different, and so what we do is we customize the learning for each student, and we really look to see what their unique interests are, what are their passions, and what are their needs. We develop an international mindset, and this means teaching students 21st century skills and really preparing them for our ever-changing future. So we're teaching skills in creativity, in negotiation, and problem solving, and research shows, and we believe as well, that these skills are useful for students not only now, but also to be happy and successful in the future. Now at Stanford, academics are absolutely important, but equally important is developing the whole child. And to do this, we offer a variety of specialist classes, and all of these classes are taught by specialist teachers, so teachers have special degrees in teaching these areas, even for our youngest students in pre-primary, starting in age 5 all the way up to grade 12. And so for the arts, we offer drama, visual arts, and music. We offer a STEM program. You're likely aware of STEM, science, technology, engineering, and math. And we have innovation, knowing that innovation is an important skill for students to be successful in the future. So innovation is a big part of our program, not only in the STEM classes, but throughout the curriculum. We have specialist teachers in PE, a beautiful 25-meter pool, and a large sports arena. We offer a world language program, knowing that learning another language, again, will help students be successful both in university and in their future. We offer both Mandarin and Spanish in multiple levels. So your child might be a beginning language learner. We have a large teaching team. They can meet the beginning language needs. Maybe the student has some experience in a language, or even fluent or near fluent. All of those needs we can meet. And again, that program takes place every day. We offer support for students learning English through our English as an Additional Language program. And also we offer learning support for students who might benefit from extra help in areas such as math and reading. Now, social emotional learning is quite important to us, and we teach skills for learning, and we purposefully teach social and emotional skills. So depending on the age of the child, we teach skills such as how to make friends, how to handle their emotions, what to do if they feel that they're being bullied or if they see someone else being bullied. And the way that this program works is students role play. So they role play these situations, so then when it happens in real life, they're ready. And in elementary and middle school, these lessons take place every week. Well-being is also important to us. We know that well-being is important both for children and adults. And again, we purposefully teach children how to take care of their well-being. So we look at topics such as healthy eating, exercise, sleep, practicing gratitude and giving. Again, knowing that this not only helps students now, but also into their future and handling their transitions. Outdoor education. Research shows that children who spend time outdoors and connect with nature are happier and healthier. And so outdoor education is an important part of our curriculum, and this looks different for different grade levels. We're so fortunate in Hong Kong that we have so many places to go outdoors that many times students will take day trips or half-day trips. And then as students are getting older, so starting in grade 3, students have a one-night camp, in grade 4, 2 nights, and the number of nights increase so that students are ready for their week-long camp in middle school. Now, this also helps in transitions because it's helping students develop that confidence. It's helping students develop teamwork with their peers. So this is something that is really important to us as a school. Stanford's teaching approach supports the whole child development, and this happens throughout our curriculum. So for example, we have projects that are personalized, and students are able to initiate their types of projects as well. So one example is a group of middle school students saw the need at our school to implement composting. So they wanted to help the environment. What they did then is they worked with teachers and experts in the community to connect with resources so that they could actually plan composting to take place on campus. Another way that we support the whole child is homework. So we do give homework, but it might be different from some local schools. Instead of focusing on quantity, what we're really looking at is quality. So are students engaged in their homework? Is it meaningful? Is it adding value? Now, when students transition to us from another school, we have a variety of ways that we support their success. And one way is a buddy system. So when students come to our school, they're connected with a buddy, a peer in their grade level, so that they have someone to eat lunch with, they have someone to show them around. It's that connection that helps them feel connected to the school from the start. Another way that we support success is personalized learning. So this means the teacher is doing observations, they're having discussions, they're figuring out where the child is at, so that when the teacher is giving the child projects or work, it's at their level. And this helps them feel successful, of course. We're very fortunate to have 3 counselors, and our 3 counselors serve the students in our school as well. They also work with families when helpful. Parent-school partnerships are very important to us, so myself and our leadership team is available for families during the transition and throughout the year. And then also we have a very involved PSA, Parent-School Association. And our Parent-School Association, from the beginning, decided they want to create a sense of belonging for other families. And that was their phrase, creating a sense of belonging. And one of their initiatives that they came up with is to connect with new families that join our school. So when families join, the Parent-School Association connects with the current family, and then that provides support to transition the family into our school. So is changing curriculum a challenge? I'm going to be honest and say yes, it can be. But if we think about it, we all have challenges. And I want to relate this to a personal story. This is dragon boat racing. So I've been in Hong Kong for 4 years now, and my second year, I thought it would be fun just to try dragon boat racing. So I had no intention to actually race, but just join a community event, right? And so I did, and I was a bit nervous. How would it go? I didn't know how to hold the paddle. You know, it looks quite simple, but once you're in the boat, I don't know if any of you do dragon boat race, there are special techniques. But the team was quite supportive. The people I was paddling with was quite supportive. They encouraged me to continue on. They gave me tips. And now I'm quite confident and have a lot of fun with the boating. But this is something that was entirely new to me, and there was a sense of nervousness with it. Now, we've all experienced something new. When the students come to the school, they will be nervous, quite likely, and that's okay. But we need those support systems for them. So just like I had the coaches that were helping me feel successful, our teachers and our counselors and our team work with the students and families to provide those support systems. Now, this is a story I'd like to share of one of our students. Her name is Candy, and she joined us with very little English. So this is a very special story to me.
You bought objects? Yes. That cow doesn't look as white as milk to me. She is. She is.
Candy is an amazing young lady. Her perseverance is amazing. She originally was from Shanghai. She came from a local Hong Kong school to us here at Stamford last year. Her language was very low at the beginning of the year. She didn't expose herself to many people until about the middle of the year.
So there is an email come to the parents, and it says it's a link for you to join the 7th Penguins audition. And I think it would be really nice if I play a role and I join this kind of activities, because I never had that in my old schools.
One of the things that productions do for children like Candy is they allow them to ease into, wherever they are in their development, ease into a role, a responsibility where they're part of a team. Last year, much of what we would spend our time on was literally understanding what she was saying, the structure of a sentence, inflection, those things that when you learn a language need to be part of that language learning.
Miss B and Miss Percival helped me to pronounce the words and tell me the meaning, and there is like old English words that I'm not familiar to, but now I know it.
So this year, when we approach a role, we work on character development because her language acquisition has come so far. And we're able to spend our energy and our time in rehearsals working on blocking and how she interacts with other characters. And that, to me, makes her feel really good because she wants to go that far with a character. She's a risk taker, and we are able to now spend enough time doing that.
First time when I got to the stage, I felt really nervous and my whole legs are shaking. And then when all the people down there just claps, and I felt relaxed because I knew that I was doing a great job and always trying my best.
I did watch her on her first play, and I was so proud of her. Her expression was amazing. Her voice was loud and clear. Her fluency was just perfect. And she took those risk-taking skills that she had with her performances, and she applied them to the classroom. She was my highest growth last year in reading. She was the one that I would have to say, I have to call on someone else because her hand was up all the time.
Stamford American School, to me, I think it's a really great school because we have a lot of great teachers, and I met a lot of great friends here. It made me feel like I was going the stairs, and I was going up and up.
When we say lead in a musical, that's exactly what we mean. We don't just mean talented people who can sing and dance and act. We mean people who, by definition, are leaders. And she brings that. She shows other people the right way to learn a role, to take criticism, to be in the moment, even if the audience is not there to cheer for you, to always be present. She really embodies all of those things.
You hold object?
Thank you. So we can see Candy was nervous, and Candy did have a lot to learn, but with the support from the teachers and from her family, she's definitely come a long way and is really shining. So we're very proud of Candy. So another type of transition that students may experience is transitioning from a school in Hong Kong to a school abroad for high school. This is something that some families choose. Now, at Stamford, we're part of a larger schools group called Cognita, and there are 80 schools around the world in 10 countries, and many of these are in the UK. So our families do have priority enrollment in these schools, and we provide with application assistance and visa assistance, and we also have very trusted safeguarding in the home stays in the UK. So we have experienced some very smooth transitions for students who have gone to the UK, partially because we provide a very strong international foundation at Stamford. There are many schools to go to in the UK. There are 128 schools offering the IB, and 94 of those offer the diploma program. And then also as a CIS member school, there's transferability. Now, some families, however, decide to wait and not send their child abroad, or to wait a little bit longer, and there are reasons to wait. So, for example, you might want to keep your child home longer in Hong Kong to support their well-being. You might be wanting to have more time with your child as they're navigating career choices. Cost may be a factor, and here in Hong Kong, children, of course, can gain very valuable experiences. And next, we can look at students transitioning from Stamford to universities after graduation. When students graduate from Stamford, there are 3 pathways that they can choose from. One pathway is they can earn a Stamford American diploma, which is equivalent to a US diploma. In addition to that, they might choose to earn the International Baccalaureate diploma, in addition to the US diploma. Or they might choose to earn the US diploma and just take some of the diploma program courses if the full rigor of the program is too much for a student, and that's just fine as well. So we have these 3 different pathways, and we have counselors, including a college counselor who works with families and students to decide which pathway might be best. Now, these are just some example universities that students at Stamford, Singapore have attended. Our curriculum and programs are very similar to the programs at Stamford, Singapore. So we can see Northwestern University, University College of London, the University of Toronto, Australia, National University, and more. Here are just a few students who have graduated from Stamford, Singapore. So we can see Adam, who's working on his Bachelor of Law at the London School of Economics. We can see in the middle Amari, who's specializing in marketing at Nanyang Technological University. And then we have Elliot, who's studying engineering at the University of Technology in Sydney. So there's lots of options for students who graduate from Stamford. So hopefully this has helped you understand a bit more about the transitions and how Stamford supports students in their transitions, whether it's coming from a local school to our school, or from our school to a school abroad, or even to university. So just one final note here. What's special about Stamford? Well, on the left-hand side, we can see the additional facility that's being completed right now that we're very excited about. But I believe it's partially the blended approach that is both the US standards and using inquiry for teaching. It's integrating EdTech fully, which not only helps when kids are on campus, but when we do have the online learning, it's a very smooth transition for our students to continue their learning at home. It's the strong focus on STEM, science, technology, engineering, math, and innovation. Innovation is our extra piece. It's the focus on well-being, having a very caring team. We've asked our families how they perceive us, and words that they use quite frequently are caring, happy, and innovative. And we want to continue to be a caring and a happy and an innovative place. We feel if students feel cared for and they want to come to school, they're going to be most ready for learning. We also have our strong focus on global citizenship, personalized learning, and flexible paths to graduation. Thank you. I'm just checking to see how we're doing on time. I think we might have time for a couple questions here in the room. And then if we are asked to leave, I also have Lisa Olinsky in the back from Stamford, from our Director of Admissions here as well. So she can also take questions. But any initial questions? Well, if not, or if you want to ask in person, we will be around. I just want to thank you again for your time, and I hope you have a lovely day today. Thank you.